we go. So please accept the record if you haven't already. Melanie, I think you might have to accept record if you, is it on your screen? Yeah. All right. And actually, because we've been chatting for a little bit, this flow we do start standing up, but just for a second, let's just have a little bit of a sit or a lay down, depending on what you fancy. And then just come into the breath. We'll just take a minute just to come into the breath. So sit or lay. You might remember this flow is all about finding just a little bit of more comfort for the shoulders. So as you find a really sweet spot on the ground, there might be a little bit of a possibility just to allow the shoulders to have a little rest. And simply just take 3 long, slow, deep breaths. And maybe as we breathe, we just notice if there's any movement going through the shoulder blades, going through the arms. And upon that culmination of that third breath, if like me, you've closed your eyes, you can reopen. And you can take the time to come up to stand. You can do fancy pants standing. Take a little bit of time just to settle the feet down. And then before we start doing our calming arm breaths, just see if you can find a little bit more balance, so a little bit more central weight going through. And that might mean you have a little rock forward and then a little check and rock back. And then starting off really simple, all we're going to do is take the arms up. And on the exhale, they just drop back down. Really lovely. Inhale as the arms go up. And exhale as they drop back down. Last one here. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale as they drop. Same breath, but this time the arms are going in front of us and up. So inhale, in front of. Exhale, back down the way we came. Inhale, in front of. And exhale, allow the weight to just drop down. Last one before we change. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale all the way down. Same kind of thing, but now we're going to lift up onto our tiptoes if that feels all right. Arms wherever you feel most at ease. So I'm going to take mine by my side as I come up, and then in front of me and bend my elbows as I come down. But whatever makes most sense for you. But essentially, we're going to come up on the inhale, maybe lifting our heels, and then dropping the heels, dropping the arms on the exhale. Yeah. And we're going to do another 4. So whatever feels interesting and comforting, soft. Last 3, your own speed of your breath. Your own time. Excellent. And just drop the arms down by your side. You might give them a little shake. They might feel a little achy even just from doing that. Yeah. And then all we're going to do is a very light, very high chair. So just stick the butt out a little bit, weight through the heels. Yeah, so it's, you could feel stuff going on, but you could hold it for a good kind of 5 minutes. And then just keep the arms really soft and just let them have a little sway. Yeah. I've deliberately worn this jumper so that you can see the momentum. Yeah. So try not to control the arms, just let gravity take them, and yeah. And if possible, keep the hips still. So this is upper body, shoulder blade. Yeah, very nice. Last couple. And maybe for these last couple, you change the speed. It might get slower, or you might enjoy a little bit of a quicker slap. This is one of the weird things that we do when people watch. This is what puts people off yoga. Really good. Just come to a stand just for a second. Have a little shake out, and then take your feet wider into a goddess shape. Really nice. And then same as chair. So we're still in goddess, but it's a very high goddess. And again, we could stay here for quite some time. But just like chair, weight is back and the bum is sticking out if it feels all right on your spine. And then as before, you can choose what arm movements feel great. I'm just going to take some bent elbow circles, but make them fairly large. I'm going to do 2 more here, then we're going to change the direction. Yay. And upon that second one, for the change of direction, just go a little bit lower in your goddess. I know that's mean. So as you change the arm direction, a little bit lower, so we're starting to feel a little bit more leg stuff. I'm going to change my arms, I think, actually. Do some little swings. I feel like a frog with webbed feet. Last one. And then just pop the hands onto the thighs, push the hands down into the thighs, straighten the legs. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? And then pop the feet together. And your reward for doing all that is just to circle the head and the neck. So as you inhale, lift the head, the gaze. And as you exhale, drop the head, the chin, the gaze. You can close your eyes if you feel balanced, or you can keep them soft. And then switch the direction. Let's just do another 20 minutes of these. And very, very softly, just come back to that center. And once again, just see if you find that real sweet spot where your weight is kind of plumb in the middle. And if, like me, you've been using the side of your mat, come to the front and just forward fold, and we'll start to flow. Inhale as we pause. Exhale, just release the head, have a little shake. And then inhale, flat back. Good. Exhale, bend the knees, chair pose. Feel into the feet, spread the feet, push through the toes, come all the way up, Samasthiti, standing salute. Exhale as their hands come into the heart space. Inhale, we take our feet wide, the arms come up. And exhale, press back, bend the knees. Oh, hello, squat. Inhale at the bottom, maybe we give our feet a little bit of wriggle, maybe we push down. And then certainly as we exhale, push down to lift up. Inhale as the arms do something. And exhale, Malasana. Good. Inhale, feel the feet. Exhale, push back, lift up. Inhale as the arms do something. And exhale, Malasana. Yay. Let's stay down here. Inhale, feel the feet. And then exhale, roll through that little gap. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees. Sit the weight low. Feel the feet into the earth. Push them down. Lift all the way up. And exhale, hands palm. Inhale, we take the feet wide. And then exhale. Malasana. Yay, really, really great. Push through the feet, the balls of the feet, toes, whatever you've got on. And then exhale, up and back. Inhale, arms. Exhale, Malasana. Just a reminder, if like me, your core just tends to have a little holiday Malasana because it's such a familiar shape, just remind yourself that the core is a little bit active. Exhale, all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, let's stay down for this one. Inhale, take the arms through, and exhale, forward fold. Last one, inhale, flat back. Nice. Exhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Really nice. That's still so even, Melanie. Inhale, lift up even with a broken toe. Exhale, hands into the heart center. Inhale, last Malasana, take the legs wide, the arms up. And then exhale, Malasana. Whoa. Inhale at the bottom, just feeling whatever we've got on the floor. And as we exhale, pushing those things into the floor to come back up. Inhale, we have a little arm wiggle. I'm going to do something weird. And then exhaling. Malasana. Plenty of time. Really good. Once you get there, feel whatever you've got. And then exhale. All the way back up. Inhale, arms do something. We need to do that. Exhale. Malasana. Inhale, take the arms through that little cave you've created. And then exhale, pothole through that cave. Inhale as we pause. Exhale, that right leg is stepping back into a runner's lunge. We've got our fingertips on the floor. Take your time to get in there. Try and put as little weight through the fingertips as possible because we're going to roll the upper arm bone. So you might remember we've got that internal rotation of both arms and then that external rotation. Yeah. Pretty good. And then exhale. Drop the back knee. I don't know why that was so strong for me. Take the arms all the way up. And then as we exhale, take a twist towards that front leg. And then just pause and have a little shoulder shimmy on the inhale. And then as you exhale, just turn the head maybe to look a little bit more behind you. And then inhale, everything faces forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. You might remember that transition into gate. I'm going to keep it because it's such a nice, interesting transition. Right leg comes up, three-legged. Exhale, right knee comes through. We land the knee, we take the foot off the floor, and we open up the hips to face the left-hand side of our mat. Yay. Oh, really good. When we come through into our next transition into that runner's lunge. We're going to try and keep it as quiet as possible. So inhale as you look forward. We're going to keep that right hand on the ground, and exhale. Swift, quiet transition with one hand on the ground, runners. Okay. Inhale as we look forward, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhaling as we pause. Exhale, left leg goes back, runner's lunge. And then again, we've got that light fingertip on the floor, so we can just spin. In fact, I've only got my index finger, my middle finger rather, sorry, my middle finger's on the ground, so I can spin the rest. So you're rotating around. That's it. That's it. So get the upper arm bones moving as well, Melanie. Does that make sense? So you're spinning your fingers. That's it. That's it. And you can keep them light. Yeah, you can keep, if it feels, I was just about to say a swear word. If it feels rubbish, quite a bad one as well, then you can take your hands off. Yeah, you don't have to keep the fingertips on the ground if it feels they're holding you back. And then whatever happened, drop the back knee, come into a low lunge. Exhale as we twist towards the right. And then as we inhale, just have a little roll or a shimmy or something around about the shoulders. Bernard's come in, but he's acting a little bit weird. I'm hoping he hasn't brought anything with him, so just forewarned. Exhale, maybe we look back. And then inhale, we forget it, everything comes forward. So that we can exhale, Ardha Mukha, down facing dog, up and back. Inhale as that right leg, left leg comes all the way in. Three-legged dog. Exhale, drop the knee down, take the foot onto the floor, off of the mat, and then come up. Yay. Yeah, really lovely. And then quietly, swiftly look forward. Keep the left hand down as you transfer everything into a one-handed runner's lunge. Nice, yeah, good, lovely. It's a lovely transition to be in. Inhale as we look forward, and exhale, forward fold. Yay, really nice. One flow down, let's have a little brief sun salute. Inhale to re-establish where we are. Exhaling, Utkatasana chair pose. Oh man, alive. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhaling, hands into the heart center. It's wet. Inhale, take the arms up. Feet wide, and wriggly, like a worm. And then exhale, Malasana. And very noisy. Inhale, take the arms through. And exhale, forward fold. Second flow, inhale as we pause. Exhale, right foot steps back. We're in runners, but take the upper body up, so we're in galloping horse. Yep. So we've got that diagonal line, really nice. And then the arms can drop down, Melanie, actually, as well. So yes. And then that same rotation we did before. So internal, external rotation. So at one point, we've got the chest coming forward, the shoulder blades squeezing. At the other point, we've got the chest kind of doming and the shoulder blades being spread apart. And that's just through moving the upper arm bones. Last roll. And then come all the way up into high lunge. And then same arms as we were doing in that little warm up. So we're using all of the arms just to come up. And then as we exhale, we just drop down. And that can be a bit freestyle as well. So you can adjust and arrange so it suits you. Good, make sure that back toe is turned so that it's forward to Devina, rather than out to the side, that back foot. When you next inhale, take the arms by the ears. And then exhale, your bum is probably already screaming. Come into galloping horse. Good. Yes. And then a little bit lower in a galloping horse, a little bit higher, a little bit lower, a little bit, a little bit lower. Last one. And then start to conserve some of that energy, because as we exhale, we're going to come and fly into a standing split if you feel balanced and if that toe allows. Oof. Oh my gosh. Muscle is on fire. Inhale as we pause. And then just step it back carefully, downward facing dog. If in your down dog you want to bend and straighten it out, you can. And then inhale, come forward to a plank. It's the first time we've been in the plank, so drop onto your knees. And then exhaling all the way down onto your belly. Inhale, lift up locust. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, take the arms underneath. And exhale, we brush up, back, downward facing dog. Really good. Lovely. If you feel like it's just a little hop, so not your biggest, because we're still quite good. Yeah, and then you might just have a little. Those are looking really great. Good. And then when you've had enough fun, inhale as you look forward, and exhale. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Same thing, other side. Inhale as we pause. Exhale, left leg travels back. We've got that runner's lunge. Oh, hello, Cass. Good morning. From our runner's lunge, lift up into galloping horse, and the arms just drop down so that we can then spin them. As we internally rotate, we've got that width going through our back of our shoulder blades. And as we inhale, we externally rotate. Chest comes forward, chest lifts. Biceps has a little stretch. You might feel that, Davina, with your biceps, yeah. And then exhale. Do a couple more spins in the socket. Ugh. Whenever it is that you next inhale, push through the front foot to take the torso level. And then take the arms up. And as you exhale, they just drop down. So same as before, wherever they want to explore, feel free, but big movements through the arms. If, like me, you've started to straighten up the front leg, and just remind that front thigh that you need it to be strong and alive. Last one. As the arms come up by your ears, stay there. And then exhale, galloping horse. All right. In fact, I'm going to take my hands into prayer because my shoulders just feel really like too much. And then just a little lift in your galloping horse and a little lower. Good. So the back stays straight and we just play with a little bit of depth going through the hips. Really nice. Good. Last couple, keep some energy, keep some reserves going for the standing splits. Really nice. Be careful of my nephew. Yep, as you balance. And exhale, big exhale, standing splits. Be careful of him. Yes, and you can have a kiss as well if you're close enough. Yes, that's right, perfect. Good yoga-ing. On an exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. Probably going to lift your feet, hasn't it? Yeah. Inhale, plank pose. Drop the knees. Exhale, bend the elbows. All the way down into your belly. Inhale, locust. Yeah, get a tiny little bit more height on the legs to you. Tiny little bit more thigh off the ground height. Don't worry so much about that. Yeah. Nice. Arms a little bit closer together then. Tiny bit closer together. And then exhale all the way down. Have a little bum wiggle because we've done quite a lot of bum and back. Pull back now. And pop the hands underneath the shoulders. Up and back, down with facing dog. If the jumps felt interesting before, maybe you take a few more. Are you all right, Melanie? Okay. Nice. Pushing it into the hands, using that strength of the hips that we've really worked. It should feel a little bit easier. I mean, it's never going to be easy. Casper's face as you're doing those jumps, that is hilarious. He was interested, then he went, holy moly, absolutely not. That is dangerous. Dangerous. Exhale. It was amazing. Forward fold, honestly, his facial expression. Go into a forward fold. In your forward fold, just drop the arms, allow them just to come a little bit out so there's some space and wiggle room. Very nice. And I'm going to do that same flow again. Then we're going to finish with quite a mega balance flow. So we're just going to really make sure that our legs feel ready for that final flow of balance. So inhaling. Exhale, a little bit quicker this time. Right leg comes back, runner's lunge. Inhale as we lift up to galloping horse. As we exhale, we come into that internal rotation. As we inhale, that external rotation. So his chest comes forward as we breathe. We're still in galloping horse. Come up into a high lunge. Nice. And then take the arms up as we inhale. And then just drop them down wherever they want to be as we exhale. On the inhale, select the arms that you want for galloping horse in prayer, on your thigh, by the ears. And then exhale, travel forward, galloping horse. Inhale, come up a tiny bit higher, And then exhale, go a little bit lower. Inhale a tiny bit higher, looking forward towards that standing split. Exhale, propel yourself with control. Yeah, really good. Good. You can come up into a tiptoe in your standing split if that feels nice. You might feel you've got a little bit more room. So maybe as you tiptoe, you get that top leg a little bit higher. And then let it all go just to downward facing dog, or indeed a tabletop. Whatever suits you. Inhale through to a plank. Exhale onto your belly. However you want, chaturanga or not chaturanga, I just slid through. Like a little slow worm. Inhale, we're still on locust. Exhale, release down. Inhale, take the arms underneath. And exhale as we push up, press back. Other move for all, tabletop. If you still fancy those jumps, they're there. If you don't, they have to be really nice. You're lifting when you go, you're pushing through your hands. Nice. Those are some good springy legs happening. And then forward fold whenever it is ready. Inhale as we pause. Exhale, left leg travels back, runner's lunge. Lift up into your galloping horse, but with the arms dropped down by your side. So you've got these kind of very loose arms. And as you exhale, internal rotation, so the upper back becomes this dome. And as we inhale, chest comes through. Maybe we even look up, there's a space going through the front line and contraction through the back. And then take the arms all the way up for high lunge. Lift the torso, keep the legs as they are. Checking with the back foot. Mine's definitely externally rotated because it feels manageable. And then inhale as the arms go up. Use the whole width of the arms. And then exhale, just allow them to come down in a way that feels nice. Inhale, you choose the hand and the arm position for galloping horse. And exhale, we travel down into galloping horse. Pushing through the front heel, good. Inhale as we come up a little. And exhale, we travel down a little. Really nice. Inhale, look forward, start to prepare. Exhale, standing split. Maybe as we inhale, we lift the tiptoe. And then as we exhale, we forget it all. Step back, downward facing dog or tabletop. Maybe have a brief little wiggle or a move. Good. Oh, there's some jumps going on, that's nice. And then once you've popped or jumped or whatever it is that takes your fancy, come into a knees down plank. And then your choice, either slide down to the floor or chaturanga down. Yeah, I quite like this one. And then inhale, lift up, locust. Oh, let's get a little bit more height through locust. So have a little reset if you need. And then think really, really lifting up like a little magnet. Everything goes up towards the sky. Reach through the feet. Take the arms a little bit closer together, especially the upper arms. Ah. And then all the way down. Foof. Take the hands underneath. And exhale up and back down with this. All right. Last little chance for hops and jumps before we come into our big standing balance sequence. And in fact, actually, if you want to use the space for jumps and hops and to have a little bit of a breathing, feel free. So essentially 5 breaths wherever you want. Something explosive, something chill. Or maybe something hydration. I'm with you, Mel. Two more full round deep breaths. And then come up to a forward fold, however it is that you want. However it is. Just have a little assessment of your feet in your forward fold. So you might just have a little toe space out. And then come up to stand in your own time. All right. Right leg is the one that's going to be doing the standing. So just have that in your mind. For now, exhale, bend the knees, sit the hips back, chair pose. And then inhale, lift up, maybe standing salute with heels up, maybe standing salute without. Exhale, chair. Inhale, lift and lift. Exhale, lower and couple more. Last one. And then settle back into your chair. Right leg stays as it is. Try and keep that right knee in the same plane, in the same direction, in the same angle. Lift the left toes. Allow the core to help stabilize you. Lift the whole left leg, cross it over. Garudasana, evil legs, hands and arms wherever you want. Wherever you want, but evil legs. Really nice. Squeeze a little bit through the inner thighs. If it feels interesting, find the pelvic floor, say hello. And then keep that right leg exactly the same. Do not change it. Keep that right leg exactly the same. Just simply land the left foot next to it. And then adjust so the weight is now left and right. Ooh, really nice. Keep the knees the same, the hips the same. So don't twist from the hips, twist from the spine to come towards your right hand side. So you're taking a chair twist, but just check that the knees are still in the same line. So if you had a wall in front of you, they'd still be hitting it at the same time one's not in front. If it is, just take it back and you'll feel the twist come out of your hips. Good. And then keep pushing into that right leg. Once again, lift the left heel. And then come into a twisted lunge. Go really easy with it. Drop the back knee. You can always make these poses a lot shorter than normal, Melanie, so you've got a little more balance. All right. So we've stayed in that twisted position and drop the back knee. If it feels all right toe-wise, we're going to push through and lift back up into a high twisted lunge. Look forward as we inhale, and then exhale once again. Standing splits. That wasn't part of my plan, but it just felt so nice. And then both feet together. Forward folds. On an inhale, come to stand. Before we do the other side, just have a little wriggle through. You might have a little rock. Really nice. And then the same thing on the other side. Only when you're ready, so feel free if you want a little bit more of a free flow. And then chair at a point that suits you. Lift up, toes, maybe. Exhale, drop down chair. Inhale, lift up, toes on the ground. Exhale, maybe chair. Inhale, lift up. My balance is swift. Really nice. Exhaling chair. Last couple. You can choose these last couple speed. You might go a little bit faster. Maybe. You might go slower. Whenever you exhale, you find yourself back in that chair, stay there. Push strongly into the left foot. Really feel the left foot spread, the bones spread. And then lift the right heel up. Gently and in your own space. Cross the right leg into eagle. Maybe once you get there, you feel a little bit more stable. So maybe there's a little bit more depth you take. Maybe you send the knees back a little bit. Maybe, these are all maybes. And then keep that left leg exactly as it is. Don't change the bend of the knee, keep it exactly as it is. And replace the right foot. Once replaced, you can level out the weight and feel that lovely change. Inhale as we pause. Exhale, take a twist towards the left. And then just check in, are both knees the same? Can't think of the word. They're both in the same plane. One's not in front of the other. And then once again, that right leg is on the move. Send it back into a twisted high lunge. I know this is a challenge. Good. Hands wherever they want. They don't have to be. Yeah. And then drop the back knee. Twisted low lunge. Maybe you come out of the twist just for a second because you know we're going to come into it. And you just have a little rotation through the hips, but it's up to you. If like when you came out, you find the twist. Back the back toe. Push through the feet to come up into a high twist. Really nice, lovely, good stabilization. Inhale as you look forward. And then forward. Standing splits. Oh my gosh. And then pop that foot down. 2 feet down. Drop the hips down. 2 butt cheeks down. Really nice. I know, Melody, I know. All right. Entirely up to you. I've actually given us, we normally have about 3 minutes. We've got 5, which is quite nice. As you come into a seat, you're probably going to feel the hips and the upper foot and the thighs. So just have a little route around those areas. Cross-legged might actually be a really nice place to have a little hangout. And if it does feel interesting, cross-legged, then feel free to explore it. So you might decide to have a little rock and then possibly, maybe, flex the spine and just drop down, maybe. And in fact, actually, I thought that was going to feel better than it did. It didn't, so I'm going to stay upright with the cross-legged. And then I'm going to have a little side action. So one thing that we didn't really get to do was finding space in the side body. So if you want to do that, that might be really lovely. Yeah. It might be that pigeon is the order of the day for you, either on your back or not on your back. It might be that you do easy pose, so maybe you just keep things really simple. Drop onto your back. Take the feet wider than the mat and let the inside of the knees touch each other. You up inside and just for 3 minutes, however you need. Softening gently. You might just notice how it is that you feel now. So after doing all of those, that strong stuff, so after giving those muscles some extra oxygen, some feedback, how nice it feels just to rest. Hopefully there's another little bit of time in today, somewhere that you can continue this, that magical 7 minutes. But for now, you can roll onto your side and then roll up. Have a little feel into the shoulders. And then take them wide. And then just drop them down. Wide. And then exhale, hands into the mouth. Mm,